In this video, we're going to go over adding and configuring thermostats into the Elan system. So you notice we're here in the Climate tab, and we've already got a Z-Wave thermostat added in here. What's nice about the Z-Wave thermostats in general is anything Z-Wave with Elan, once you've configured the Elan Z-Wave network, which is included on the SC100 and the 300 controllers, and enroll your devices, it automatically populates them in the correct subsystem, or bucket, so to speak. So all of our thermostats will automatically populate in our Climate tab. All of our light switches will automatically populate under the Lighting tab. Door locks under Security. So we've enrolled everything, and we've got this in here, a Z-Wave T-Stat, as listed as one of our thermostats. Now if we expand this tree here, there's a couple options which we're going to go over in detail. So the first one here is Schedule Layout. And basically what we're doing is we're defining the parameters for a climate schedule. Most of the homeowners, maybe they wanted a specific temperature in the morning versus, different at night, whether it be heating or cooling. Maybe they want a different schedule when they're away, using the system modes, home versus away. So this is where this is defined. So out of the box, we have one schedule for all modes. In a previous video, we went over what the system modes were used for. I usually will expand this to 2 schedules. And what this does is this lets the homeowner have a different HVAC schedule from when the system's in home mode versus away, and that's done by just selecting Schedule 1 to home, Schedule 2 to away. Okay. Now once we hit apply, you'll notice now we've got home and away. We're not setting set points. We're not setting 60 degrees at this time. We're just setting the parameters. So now if I look at my home when it's in home mode, how many periods do we want per day? Meaning how many different times of temperature change do we want per day? We can go anywhere from 1 to 4 per day. And then how many weekly programs? Do we want a different week running during Monday through Friday than we do on Saturday and Sunday? And this is how this is done. So let's say that we want 2 weekly programs. We want it to run one specific schedule Monday through Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday, it's the weekend, people are home, maybe the kids are home. We want a different climate schedule. Again, we're not setting set points or anything like that. We're just strictly setting the parameters. The end user then has the ability to set the set points based on what we're programming here. Now if we look at away, a lot of times if we're in away mode, we really just want to maintain the temperature, right? So we can do 1 period for the whole day, 1 program for the whole week, and hit apply. So basically what we've done then, the end user has the ability, when he puts his Elan system in away mode, we want to maintain the house at 70 degrees, right? We don't need it to change throughout the day because no one's home. So that's how we do our scheduling layout on this. Now the next thing down, we've got heating and cooling units. Now this is something that's unique here. So if we look at this default unit, which will automatically populate as soon as you add a thermostat, this default unit is tagged as well. And what we're defining here is this thermostat is hooked up to this default unit. Does this unit do heating? Does this unit do cooling? Does this unit control fan? So this typically is your typical furnace AC configuration, where one unit does heating in the winter, one unit does cooling in the summer, and it also has fan control because it's got to propel that cool or warm air throughout the house. But what if we had a situation where maybe we had a AC unit with an air handler and then they had radiant heat or a boiler system for heating? So what we would do then is we would add a secondary unit, name it, hit OK, and then it populates in here. And here what we would do is, does this control cooling? Keep in mind this is a boiler. No, it does not. Does this control fan? No, it does not. Does it control heat? Yes. And then vice versa, we would go back to this default unit. Does it control heating? No. So basically what this is doing is we're defining the device type that the thermostat is physically connected to. Is it possible to have a thermostat to connect it both to a boiler for heat and a AC unit with an air handler for air conditioning? Absolutely, and this is how that's defined. So if we've got on our Z-Wave thermostat, our PowerLink communication device, ID, we don't need to worry about this. Our heating unit, what are we using for the heating? Boiler. Cooling unit, what are we using for the cooling? That's our default unit. So what we've done now is we configured this Z-Wave thermostat. When there's a call for heat, it's interacting with the boiler. When there's a call for cool, it's interacting with our default unit, which is our air handler and our AC unit.